I'm gonna try to hide it with some audio adjustments, but in case you do hear something outside, that's because it is currently raining. Rain, rain, go away, that's what all my haters say. Greetings and welcome to the Fan Perspective. I'm your host Nathan Lyle, and this is WNBA Weekly, the show where twice a week, usually on Mondays and Fridays, I will talk about things that happened recently in the association and things I'm looking forward to in the upcoming days. In case you missed it, opening weekend just happened. We had 2 exciting days of WNBA action, and so here are a few noteworthy things that happened to begin the season. First of all, there's the news that Skylar Diggins, she's still rehabbing that knee, and so right now she's currently listed as day-to-day, and so she missed both of the games. However, the Dallas Wings still opened up the regular season with a victory over the Fever. Taurasi was back in action, and unfortunately her debut was spoiled by the Lynx. They got their rings, and they made a statement with a very dominating win. And then you also have Elena Delle Donne. She missed the game with an illness, yet still the Sky just winning in commanding fashion. Just a great all-around game from the entire roster. Everyone contributed. And the late game that night, the Stars and Dream, they went into overtime where the Dream were able to hang on for the win. And then on Sunday, Seattle is showing that their future looks really bright. Joel Lloyd and Breanna Stewart, they combined for 43 of their team's points. They played very impressive. Unfortunately for them, the Sparks were even more impressive. Candace Parker getting her season off started right with 34-point performance, as the Sparks were just in complete control the entire game. And last but certainly not least, you have Dallas versus New York. Tina Charles, Courtney Paris, they have dueling double-doubles. It was a very competitive game. The Wings gave it all the fight that they could, but in the end, Tina Charles and Sugar Rodgers once again combining together to make an incredible scoring duo. So now the New York Liberty opened the season at the top of the league with a 2-0 record. So right now, after that first weekend of action, the teams that are standing out to me so far in the early action, you've got the Liberty. They're 2-0. They're playing good defense. They've got 2 amazing scorers who are just regularly putting up great point totals. Tina Charles is so far just double-double every single game this season. The Lynx have 4 Olympians on their roster, and they played like it. I mean, the Mercury, it's the first game of the season. You might worry about like chemistry and rust and all that other stuff, but still, I expected the score to be a little bit closer than that. Dallas, they may have lost the second game, but it was a very close competitive game, and they were playing without Skylar Diggins against the current number 1 seed, the New York Liberty. So let's give them some credit. They're showing a lot of spirit and a lot of talent very early on. Once again, without Skylar Diggins, who I think is easily one of the top candidates for MVP if she can play the full season at the top of her game. And the Sky, if they can win like that without Elena in the roster, imagine how much more dangerous they'll be when she is on the floor full time. They are going to be a fun team to watch all season long. So after 2 entire days of action, here are your current standings. And now for next week's games, you've got no games on Monday, no games on Tuesday, 3 games on Wednesday, 1 game on Thursday. As always, I will tell you which ones are being broadcast nationally. For the rest, check local listings, or you can watch every single game on WNBA League Pass. And all the times that I say will be Eastern Standard Time, so be sure to adjust for your time zone. First on Wednesday, we have the Lynx at the Sky at 12:30 p.m. So this is an early morning game. For some of you, like in the West Coast in California, I think this is like 9:30, isn't it? So yeah, some of you get to watch WNBA basketball while eating breakfast, maybe. Depends on how early you get up. I don't know when you start your day. So yeah, Elena missed the opening game with an illness. I have yet to see anything that makes me believe she's not gonna play in this game. So, you've got the whole 2 former MVPs with Elena and Maya going at it. Both teams still undefeated, looking to build on their great starts. And then 2 more games at 7 o'clock. One of them, the Wings at the Mystics. The other one, the Mercury at the Fever. The Wings, they're continuing their road trip. They have 3 games on the road to start their season. Both they and the Mystics looking to bounce back from tough losses. And then you've got, with the Mercury and the Fever, they both started their seasons with losses. and they're looking to get a win under their belt. You don't want to start 0-2, because it's just a bad road to go down. Speaking of 0-2, on Thursday at 12 p.m. you got the Connecticut Sun at the San Antonio Stars. Both of these teams started 0-1. They're both loaded with a lot of young talent, but it still looks like it could be a long season for both of these teams. Either way, I'm gonna be checking it out anyways. Kind of have to. So yeah, that's it for this episode of WNBA Weekly. Tune in on Friday for the next all-new episode. And until then, I am your host, Nathan Lau. This has been The Fan Perspective. I hope you have a great day.